In a surprising turn of events, Apple CEO Tim Cook has managed to navigate a complex relationship with President Donald Trump, who has been vocal about his desire for Apple to manufacture iPhones in the United States. On August 6, 2025, during a meeting in the Oval Office, Cook and Trump shook hands, marking a significant moment in their ongoing discussions about American manufacturing. While Trump has consistently pushed Apple to produce its devices domestically, Cook has been careful to avoid making any definitive promises that could jeopardize the company's global supply chain. Instead, he took the opportunity to announce a substantial investment plan, revealing that Apple intends to spend approximately $600 billion over the next 4 years in the US. Although the announcement did not include the much-anticipated Made in USA iPhone, it allowed Cook to emphasize Apple's commitment to American production. It's important to note that while final assembly of the iPhone occurs overseas, many critical components, such as the glass and facial recognition sensors, are sourced from US companies that have partnered with Apple for years. Cook pointed out that the final assembly, which is often the focus of discussions about manufacturing, will remain outside the US for the foreseeable future. This statement seemed to satisfy Trump, who acknowledged that while many components are made domestically, the overall production setup has been established in other countries for a long time, primarily due to cost considerations. However, he expressed optimism that incentives could eventually lead to a shift in production back to the US. Industry experts suggest that Cook's announcement was strategically crafted to help Apple avoid potential tariffs that could significantly impact its operations. During the meeting, Trump mentioned plans to impose tariffs on chips, which would effectively double their prices. Fortunately for Apple, the company was granted an exemption, a move that could be seen as a win for Cook in the ongoing negotiations with the administration. Peter Cohan, a professor at Babson College, noted that CEOs are increasingly realizing the importance of appeasing the president without compromising their companies. The centerpiece of Apple's announcement was the introduction of the American Manufacturing Program, aimed at encouraging other companies to produce parts for computers within the US. By committing to purchase components from American suppliers, Apple hopes to enhance their capabilities and contribute to the 450,000 jobs supported by its supply chain. This initiative is not just about optics. It represents a genuine effort to bolster domestic manufacturing. Apple's partnerships with long-standing suppliers were highlighted in the announcement. For instance, the company revealed that all cover glass for its iPhones and Apple Watches will be produced by Corning in Kentucky, with an investment of $2.5 billion dedicated to this effort. This is a significant move, as it symbolizes that while the assembly of the devices may occur abroad, the materials that users interact with will be made in the US. However, analysts remain skeptical about the potential impact of this partnership on Corning's revenue, as the company already produces all of Apple's cover glass. Additionally, Apple emphasized its collaboration with Coherent, a Texas-based supplier of lasers for facial recognition technology, and announced an expansion of its partnership with Texas Instruments for chip production in Texas and Utah. Apple's commitment to sourcing chips from TSMC's Arizona facility, where it will be the largest customer, further underscores its dedication to American manufacturing. The company also plans to invest in an Amkor facility in Arizona, which specializes in chip packaging and testing, as well as expand its data centers for artificial intelligence across several states. Despite the positive reception from the market, some analysts caution that these new initiatives may not significantly alter Apple's overall revenue outlook. The president, however, expressed enthusiasm for Apple's commitments, indicating a favorable view of the company's plans. It's worth noting that Apple has historically been secretive about its US spending, and the $600 billion figure likely encompasses a range of regular expenses rather than solely new investments. The company has previously announced spending commitments that include payments to suppliers, employment costs, and investments in data centers and media productions. In summary, while Tim Cook's recent announcements may have temporarily placated President Trump, and boosted Apple's stock, the long-term implications for US manufacturing and the company's profitability remain to be seen. As the landscape of global manufacturing continues to evolve, it raises important questions about the future of production in America. Will Apple ultimately shift more of its operations back to the US, or will it continue to rely on its established overseas supply chains? We invite you to share your thoughts on this topic in the comments below.